That might work. Might be okay now. Are things working? Things might be working. Test, test. Okay, we've got sound. Make sure sound is coming through. Do we have sound coming through? Yep. Okay, seems to be a significant delay here, but getting things started. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Coding Together, streaming tonight on YouTube instead of on Twitch. I have no idea which platform I should be using. I also know that my hands are like bone dry, and I don't think I've got any lotion. Here we go. Pretty extremely dry here in New England region. It's now cold enough that all moisture gets frozen out of the air. And, well, yeah, that's just winter for you. And yet we've got it easy compared to the people further north, say in Canada. So tonight, wasn't originally planning on streaming. I thought I would be role-playing today, but then one of my players got sick, and it's like, don't really want to run the final finale game with one player down. So postponed that, and instead tonight going to be streaming about a role-playing project. So that's what we're going to continue working on. I've been working on the Visions virtual tabletop. Did a couple of tech demos several weeks ago, but going back and now building out like the real infrastructure, which means stripping down a lot of the fun features and getting down to like the nuts and bolts of the things that are needed. And we're working basically on user management. My last stream, we got admin user onboarding working. Now we're going to build off of that by expanding out UI state management and getting ordinary user management, as well as allowing users to authenticate to work. And we'll start out by just allowing the admin user to authenticate. Things are going to be a little bit confusing for me because I've gone back to using Hyperland for my desktop environment. And I don't know how to, there is supposed to be a quit button in this application. I don't know what it is. I need to fix that, but I'm not going to do it right now. Yeah, I've gone back to using Hyperland for my desktop. I don't have all of the keybinds that every now and then my fingers seem to remember. I probably don't have this thing completely configured, and I'm going to get myself confused. I'll try my best not to make you all suffer through too much of that. Get my password manager open. Quickly sign in here. Cool. So going over to, is this? Nah, this isn't great. I actually had an incident a couple of days ago where I was starting to kind of look into, hey, what would it take to get continuous integration working with Git EA? And one thing led to another, and suddenly I was like rebuilding a bunch of my DevOps infrastructure, and it's like, wow, that got really derailed, and well, I don't have any kind of continuous integration going here. But maybe one day. I'm thinking maybe now that I'm on break for a couple of weeks, I'm thinking one of the many things that I can work on is setting up like a Hydra build server to make sure that as I'm building my projects, I don't end up completely breaking one. So that's really what's going on here. So create a user manager interface, like no description, just need a user manager interface. Okay, let's get some things going and see what that's going to look like. We're going to add a new work tree, add Visions user management. Ooh. Apparently I have to rebuild the world. That's always fun. Let's see here. WebSocket provider, GM view. That's totally wrong. Oh dear. Changes are not being reflected here. So now I have to figure out what I branched off of. I may have just forgotten to fetch. Or, no, get branch set upstream to origin / main get pull. Okay, that's what happened. Okay, I'm gonna go to, what was the right? Gonna rebase this. Cool. Okay. And then go into app.tsx again, and this makes much more sense. The authenticated view. YouTube is yelling at me about something. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What can I do to make that better? I don't know what I can do. Like, possibly the new machine will make that a lot better. And I've got, like, yeah, here we go. I've got the case for the new machine over there. It's huge, but I've got the case over there. I've been putting parts together, but not all of the parts have arrived yet. So, yeah, I'm trying to get a feel. Oh, wow. It's like, yeah, the stream is like 30 seconds behind where I am. Oh, I don't understand why. OBS says everything is happy. Huh. I have no idea what I could do to make things better. Well. Oh well. I'll just do what I can here. Okay. Wow. There's a lot of warnings here that I did not expect. Let's get the server up and running now that I've got the correct branch checked out. Because, of course, things that I've merged into main should not have a Oh. Okay. Gonna do npm install. And things are going to become much happier. Yep, using up most of my processor. Get a better view here. Oh yeah, every last core completely maximized. That's awesome. This is what happens when I'm trying to stream and compile at the same time. Again, one of those things the new machine is going to be able to handle much, much better. because it's, well, 5 years newer, lots more memory, all of that goodness. Okay. Nope, server is still building. But gonna jump back into the code, app.tsx. Okay, server is running. Now get the web app running. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I do have a database set up with the admin password. I've forgotten what I set the admin password to, so I gotta look that up. Don't tell anyone. Cool. Okay. So now I know what the admin password is. On the other hand, I also know that I can't log in. There's nothing in the background to process this stuff. So got to get that going first. So this is going to be the authentication interface. And there might not be, well, let's see. If it's unauthed, we have this. Okay, so the authentication interface might already be configured up, just not completely wired all the way through. I certainly know that there's no endpoint. Admin AOEU. Sign in. Yeah, okay, perfect. Nope. Don't save. Okay. So next thing to do, go over to the server, build an endpoint. And really, very soon, I need to start improving. I need to start grouping routes together appropriately. I need to start dealing with boilerplate that's on the handler. There's a lot of boilerplate code that I've been writing up. I mean, I even need to do like CORS headers everywhere. With the caveat that there's some options. So I'm not really sure how I want to do that. So route admin password options, let's copy those basically. Copy all of that, all of this. Now, we want to authenticate. We're going to put some content. So, it's going to be handle auth. Cool. That should have the server broken now, or at least it will once Rust Analyzer is caught up. Jump into handle set admin password handlers.rs. Handle set admin password. Cool. Handle auth. Gonna be pretty easy here. Pub async fn handle auth. Core user. The body should be. Auth request. Struct auth request. Gonna be come on. There we go. Yeah, my computer is not performing very well today. I don't know how much of that is running Hyperland instead of GNOME Shell. I don't know how much of that is... Well, I don't really know what else it could be. That's the only thing that's changed. I'm going to see if there's anything else running in the background. Like, I know that Rust Analyzer is grinding pretty hard at the moment. Yeah, fully maxed out. Hyperland is taking 25% of a core. Firefox, of course, is taking up a bunch. I can't really do much about that because I've got the stream up so that I can see any chat that might occur. Yeah, this is kind of being a struggle tonight. That said, I do wish that I had basically preloaded all of the Rust Analyzer and Rust compiler stuff. There's so many OBS. Well, I'm assuming that those are just all processes that got spun off. Okay. Anyway, can't do that. I can just continue to write code while we do this. So an auth view. Oh. Yeah, it's getting... No, it's no better. It's still grinding along. Ugh. Okay. Jump to authentication. Authentication. Text placeholder. Type placeholder. Okay. EVT.target value. Oh, right. I have to declare. I get to declare this myself. Cool. So, username, string, password, string, and then struct auth. Yeah. No. We're just going to return a Oh, we need to return a session key or something. We're not going to. Not yet. I'm just going to return the user ID. It's terrible security. In fact, it's not even security. I'll add on the session key in a bit. First, I just want to check the username and password. I mean, just like I'm not even encrypting passwords yet. So let's see here. Let status equal return error core.status. Nope, that's silly. Let user ID equals return error. Server source core. We've got list users. We've got user. FN user. No, we don't have user. Set password. Well, let's just write an authenticate function. So pub async fn auth self UUI no username string password string, and it might return a user ID. No, it will return a user ID, or it will return an app error, or it will return a fatal error. I guess the question though is an authentication failure an error? Like, if I return it as an auth failure, that can turn into a what is it, a 400, a 404, 401, 400? What is the correct... I think it's a 401, so I could just return a 401. Yeah, let's do that. So app error becomes a 401. So app errors. Something wasn't found, inaccessible, permission denied. Unauthorized, or actually really just auth failed. Cool. So let mute state equals self.0.write. I hate the fact that I have to get write access. Why do I have to get write access? Okay, so we've got the user, we've got a row. Row has a password, so that's going to be database.rs user row. Yeah, here we go. Password. Okay, so if row.password equals password, then we're going to say, oh, return OK row.id. Else we're going to return again. Oh yeah, I can make this better. Hang on. I can use a guard expression instead. So, okay, some row, if this, we're going to return row, okay, row dot ID. Otherwise, whether, so this condition right here, just, oh, it's any other okay, or, well, for this first condition, assuming I have the syntax right, first of all, it'll only match the condition if a row gets found, and it will only match the condition if the row password is the password. So this is the guard expression. So the row is found, the password matches, return the user ID. All other OK situations will return auth failed, and in a true error situation, then we stick to fatal, or we raise it as a fatal error. And that's kind of all I need for auth, at least at the moment. Theoretically, though, with auth, it should be, if this passes, I should set up a session token. There should be another function for checking the session token, possibly even a function for renewing the session token. Not sure. Anyway, user ID.clone. I don't know what's going on here. Doesn't matter. I'm using the wrong variable. But I don't have a function to search for a user by username. Trait, database. User by user ID, save user, users, games. Like, I could be silly and just get the entire list of users and pick the correct user out from the correct row, but I don't want to do that. Even though it's a bit more work, I want to have the database do it. Now I'm going to implement the DB connection. So this is another place where I have just a huge amount of boilerplate code that I'm going to want to eliminate. I don't think I'm going to do that on stream, but you know, I might, especially if I decide that it's a good time to practice enhancing my test code. So we can do request user by username. Again, like I mentioned in a previous stream, at least I think I did, the handle to the database exists in its own thread because it can't be shared across threads. But what can be shared across threads is a communication channel. I did think about the possibility of like sending the handle, but I can't ever know exactly which thread is going to need the database handle, so I'm just not going to do that. And again, I hate the fact that I'm having to that I'm needing mutable variables here, or that I'm needing self to be mutable. I don't know why it needs to be mutable. I'm gonna try to make that immutable. Like, I'm not changing anything. I'm just communicating with a remote service. And it's just working now. So I don't know what I did in the past that forced that to be mutable. Somewhere down here. There's going to be a dispatcher. Here we go. Yep, more boilerplate code. Might not be on for very long. I'm feeling myself get real sleepy at the moment. Oh, the DB handler. Okay. Now, that said, right here is one place where it would be hard to reduce the boilerplate. I can reduce the boilerplate by making it easier to convert from a SQL query role to a data structure. That'll come. And the query is where name is that. Okay, none. If there's one item, we return the item. If there's more than one, it's a non-unique database key, which is correct. Even if it's not a key, although it really should, even if it's not a key, it should be indexed. I'll have to fix that in the database specification. Anyway, that should work. So theoretically, I am calling all the way through. This isn't. There we go. Cool. So theoretically, all the way from the endpoint should be calling through, except of course it's not compiling. In a couple of different places, in part because handle auth never got saved. In fact, this code isn't even written. Wow. Okay, I'm apparently very tired, so we'll get through just authenticating and see how I'm feeling. So let user row equals, no. I want to core.auth request.username auth request.password.await, and There's actually literally nothing to be done here. We just do this. Okay, apparently there is something to be done. Expected a response, found a user ID. Oh, I see. Right. So instead, we'll do let user row equals return error. Okay, response builder. It's not even user row, it's just user ID. So response builder dot header. I'm going to copy all of these, but I'm also thinking, no. We return the user ID by way of the body, and then that should be used in future authentication requests. Yeah, there we go. Now, handle auth is still not being found because I didn't import it. Okay, now I need to give the correct traits to the request. So all of the normal ones, clone, debug, deserialize, serialize. Probably don't need serialize, but added it anyway. Okay. Its field is private, but it's local to this crate, and its privacy can be changed. I don't even know what it's saying at the moment. Let's see. Oh, I think I'm calling the wrong... Yeah, I'm calling the wrong function. Visions core 226 user by username. And this doesn't need to be mutable. And ID is not valid. Username. I don't think I need the as stir, just to owned. Non-unique database key. Cool. Cannot find value ID in this scope. That also makes sense. Query map. Username. Yeah, this is what happens when you do too much in the way of code duplication. Copy and paste. I've done a lot of copy and paste here. That's looking really prompt. Nope. Ah. auth request. No, visions handlers.rs. And in fact, I want to type share this as well, because I want the client to be submitting this data structure. Yeah, this is going to finish building, which means I can just run the query from the command line. I'll actually run it from the JavaScript line. Fetch. Local host 8001 API v1 admin, no, not admin, auth. Method is going to be put. I don't know how to get, or how to give it a body. That's fun. So that's the body. Here we go. So that's how I do a request. That's how I get the body out of the request. Method, body. Oh, that's easy. Okay, cool. Body is going to be username, admin, password, AOEU, and we'll just run that, and it explodes. Oh, wow. Method not allowed. Wow, why is it not allowed? Unsupported media type, that's going to be it. Yeah, CORS headers. They are kind of a beast. Why is the media type unsupported though? Set admin password, set, wait. Oh. Wait. Let's see. Route, check password. Route, check password options. So now .or route check password options .or route check password. Okay, still blocked. Again, rejected due to unsupported media type and method not allowed. Oh, do I need to refresh this page? Boop. Network. Wait, what? How can that be /:2? I don't know what that means. Response. So these are the options, which I did say that put is allowed. Oh, this is something that I've never quite understood. Do I need to specify the options in both the put handler and the option handler? Either way, I am specifying the option. I'm allowing all methods, and I'm allowing cross origin. We're doing a handle rejection there. I'm very confused. Okay. CORS headers are always very difficult for me to work with. I don't know what this is unhappy about, and I think I am much too tired to be able to... Oh, wait. Handle auth header. This seems like it would be a silly thing for it to fail on, but we're going to try it anyway. No, and in fact, it's even saying its access control allow origin is missing, which is so weird. Because here's the put request. Strict origin when cross origin, content type length headers, accept encoding. Network. Access control allow headers, access control allow methods, access control allow origin. There's origin, methods, headers. Yeah, I don't know. And unfortunately, it seems that I am much too tired to try figuring this out. So, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream here just because not any point to continuing. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. I'm going to continue on. I'll continue on with this at a time when I'm better rested. Chances are most of this is pretty darn boring. So I'll just continue plowing through it, and I will continue to occasionally stream and talk about what I've done, where the app is, and who knows, maybe maybe by the end of my break, I will have shown off something that's more like a tech demo. But thank you all for watching. Have a nice evening. Enjoy winter solstice.